Hi folks, so welcome to day 85. Today is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a lot of the same, but a little bit different as well. I will be breaking down my friend Mike Knobl Diggin, his channel today. Very excited about this. Like I said, I have been hiding my weight loss from my other community now for some time. I wanted to get things in place and set up here and make this a reality before I jumped into that audience and explained things to them. But I did discuss this with Mike in the beginning. Way back in November, I told him I was going to do something similar to this because that was the first time I ever appeared on camera with a mullet. Was on his channel. I was not videoing that day. For a long time, when I'd get out on my metal detecting hunts with them, the group hunts, I had quit filming a lot of those adventures because with the shutdown of the world and everything the way it was, I felt like when I went out on those adventures and metal detecting hunts that I just needed to have some time to reset myself. I always talk about doing a reset day and not worry about the food intake as quite as much and just stay within my window. You know how I do that? Well, I consider those once every 3 week metal detecting trips with the guys my reset in life in general, and I needed that because of the hectic lifestyle that I live, and that's what I use those for. So I quit videoing for a while there. I always plan to pick it back up and do it in the future, and that's still my plan. The hobby is my passion. I go back with the detecting hobby way before there was a YouTube even invented. Way back to the mid to late 90s is when I bought my first metal detector, and I have been detecting a lot over the years. A lot. I've got metal detecting finds strewn all over the place that I have found. Hold one sec. Alright, so here's one little box that I have. I picked up this little jewelry box at a antique store. There's a silver World War II cross. It is sterling silver. It says so on the back there. The lighting's not good in here, so you're not gonna be able to pick it up. Walking Liberty half. Some rings. None of these are which are real value. That's a pretty interesting piece there. I think this is some kind of pin from the Victorian era that tested as gold. So, and it's got all those pretty stones in it. But that's from the Victorian era. Real proud of that little piece of jewelry. And this is just some of my collection. There's some silver coins, and all of these are minted in silver, or I just got stuff all over the place. This is also probably 1800s. This is a silver suspender clip tested for silver. That's made out of silver. Pretty neat. Let's see. Got stuff all over the place, I'm telling you. It's an old school Tootsie toy, a cannon I found some years back. I've got a lot of it put up and locked away. Some of it I keep out. There is some Indian head pennies and some flat buttons that I have found from the 1800s. That's just some of them. I've got tons of buttons. A silver mercury dime that was off of my last hunt, and that little buckle spur that I found. That's just some of my treasure that I've accumulated over the past 30-something years. And that is all of my dad's treasure. That is stacks and stacks and stacks of shadow boxes full of all kind of old silver. This video is not supposed to be about me. It's supposed to be about Mike, but bear with me on that. I'm just showing you a few things. A lot of these old school toys come out of the ground, still working. That come out of the ground, that old truck. All these are old Tootsie toys. That's some of my earlier metal detected finds. The first mercury dime I ever found, and the first silver Standing Liberty quarter I found. There's an old token in there. I don't know how good that's showing up in this dim light. These bottles have an interesting story about them that I'll have to share with you at some point. And here's a lot of my shadow boxes and different things down here. I got a lot of material that I can work with, trust me. Keep me talking for years. But yeah, I mean, yeah, metal detecting was my thing, and how I met Mike is an interesting story. I actually kind of stalked him on YouTube, knowing that he was living here in the upstate of South Carolina, and knowing that he was a videographer, and he had taken up metal detecting. I kind of hunted him down, and the reason I did is because I was asked by my local historians to find a specific location that they had been looking for a very long time without any success of finding. So that mission, we called it the Colonial Site, and we as we attained different permissions on it, we called it Side A, B, and C, and I do have a Side D that I can get us on that none of us have hit yet. That will be in the future whenever I get Janice's health situation under check, you know. But yeah, we will be continuing our work out there. My exercise and workout video that I put out last month was Side B of that Colonial Site, and we had not been there in 3 years up until that point. So getting back out there and finding that Colonial shoe buckle and all of that stuff we found that day, those old coins, everything, was one of the funnest days that it actually is the funnest day I've had this year, as far as being able to get out and enjoy myself. So hopefully those days will return in the future, but they are not important to me right now. Family issues and business come first, and I told Mike the other day I could not bring myself to go and enjoy myself knowing that my wife is going through this situation, and she can't deal with the burden of our extreme situation with 2 autistic kids on her own without me. I mean, there are people that could help her, but with autistic kids, you know, no one can handle them the way I can if they go into one of their fits of rage or something like that. Then it takes some real strength to calm that down, because they have superhuman strength, I'm telling you. So I kind of have to be involved for that reason. But anyway, that's enough about me. I'm just kind of giving you a runabout of the situation that's going on with me and why I don't get out and do detecting right now. It's just life has thrown lemons at me, you know, for a little while here. And instead of, you know, puckering my lips and enduring the sour taste of it all, I have decided to use the opportunity to lose weight and talk about Gen X stuff and make lemonade out of those lemons, because I love me some lemonade. Bring on the lemons. But anyway, let me break down Mike, and I have hired a special commentator to do the commentary work on Mike for me. Yeah, I got a special commentator for today. Stay tuned for that. Alright, so it is 10 a.m. Mike's still sleeping. Everyone's going off on the metal detecting adventure, and I am having my cold cut. Still good. I have really made those 2 foot longs last, haven't I? Alright, so today's food is going to be Zaxby's. Got a house full of people, so I got to get a word in edgewise real fast. I had me some barbecue sauce, but I left it somewhere. But this is what I'm having: chicken strips and coleslaw and French fried taters. 1 second. Alright, so as I've said before, my daughter doesn't like the toast, so I'm gonna make me a chicken strip sandwich here. Like that. Put me a little of this spicy Maurice's barbecue sauce on there. They give me some Zax sauce, but I don't like it. There we go. Hi, I am your host for the rest of the video. My name is Melvin Marvin. No, Tom and I do not look the same. Tom is my twin stepsister. I personally identify Tom as my twin stepsister. Melvin Marvin. Just remember. Alright, so to break down Mike's story, him and Tom actually met back in 2017. And they hit it off pretty good. Tom had the metal detecting knowledge behind him, and Mike had the editing and software skills behind him to accomplish what they set out to do. But it started before they met. Because you see, back in 2016, Tom got involved with the Historical Society locally, and there was a campsite for the Patriot forces back in the Revolutionary era, and they did not know where it was. They wanted to locate it, so Tom offered to help out with his metal detecting skills, and so they set off. So he set off to find this mill, him and another detecting partner of his, and this is how that went. This is T-Hawk, backcountry diggers. We're out looking for an old Patriot camp. Supposedly had 2,000 troops. So far, we see the signs, like this old tree right here. That's an old one. It's dead, but it's got to be at least 200 years old. The rocks at the bottom of the tree base indicate someone was working or landscaping here. More rocks at the tree base look like they've been flattened out. Very peculiar. 2,000 troops and not a single signal. We've been here about 2 or 3 hours. Looks like we'd have found something by now. I'll cut the camera off. I'll keep you posted if we find something. Now after that, Tom's partner, was more in the lines of wanting to go find the easier current type of finds you would find with metal detecting, searching around mill towns and parks and places like that. The more current historical items is what he was looking for. The silver mercury dimes and the barbers and the newer stuff, from the 1900s. But Tom wasn't satisfied, and he wasn't ready to give up on that site just yet. So he realized he had to recruit some like-minded people. So he went on to YouTube and he went to digging around, and he found this name, Mike Knobl. And Mike was from Pennsylvania, and he literally, had a really good channel out there, and had some recognition behind him, and he seemed like a really nice and straightforward and honest person. So through some other detectors, we set up a meeting between Tom and Mike. And no, I'm not Tom, I'm Melvin Marvin, remember? But anyway, Mike and Tom got together on their first adventure on the colonial site. We called it Side A, and this is what that looked like.
Hey guys, I'm going out on a metal detecting hunt. Not just any hunt. This is the kind of hunt that I've been wanting to do since I got into metal detecting. I'm going out to help a group of guys look for a specific location that a specific event has occurred on. I hope I didn't say too much. I'm not allowed to say too much about this. I'm sure that wasn't too much. But, and there you go. That's how it started. A younger version of me 3 years ago, heading down to Lawrence County, South Carolina, to meet Tom Hawkins for the first time. In my mind, we were going to find some flat buttons, and we were going to find shoe buckles and parts to flintlock rifles. I thought it might take 2-3 months, and we're going to have all the evidence that we're going to need. I had no idea how long this was going to take. All I knew was I wasn't allowed to tell anybody what we were looking for.
So with the formation of the Backcountry Diggers, Tom and Mike spent a 3-year journey searching those woods for this particular mill. And we recruited other like-minded diggers and friends that we knew who were willing to go and help, and we all formed a bond and a group that has not been broken to this day. And every time that group gets together, the fun happens. And one day, it was back in, I think, February of 2019, one of the group members, Bill Thompson, ran up on the mill site. After a really long time of searching these woods, we finally found our mill. It is here. Look at this. Mr. Bill walked up on it. This was our grist mill. This is what we've been searching for the past 2-3 years. Here it is. There's the river right there. And there's the mill pond. And just so happens that poor Mikey was not in attendance to that particular hunt due to a sickness that he had. And remember, this was before COVID. It wasn't COVID. At least we don't think it was COVID. But anyway, he missed the actual finding of the mill after spending so much time there. But we went back, and Mike created an entire documentary of the discovery of the Hollingsworth Mill and put our 3-year journey into great detail. I mean, their 3-year journey into great detail. I wasn't a part of it. I'm Melvin Marvin. We. I wasn't there, but I know all about it because I watched the documentary. But anyway, here's a little bit of that documentary, and I will leave a link down in Tom's description box so you can check out the entire documentary for yourself. It is unbelievable. What a discovery, and we're on the books for it.
The property I'm sitting on right now was the first permission that the Backcountry Diggers got to start looking for Hollingsworth Mill.
The Hollingsworth Mill, which was a gathering place for Patriot forces in 1775. Now, this mill has changed hands numerous times. It's gone by very many names, but it was apparently very well known during pre-Revolutionary War times.
In 2016, I got some time on my hands to where I could actually go and meet with the historians for the first time. And I talked with a lady, a historian. She told me about a grist mill site out in the woods where 3,000 to 4,000 troops had gathered in an attempt to go round up some Tory forces off of the Canebrake up the Reedy River here. Well, we came into the area searching for this mill back in 2016, and we walked all over the place and we couldn't find it.
Well, geez, I would love to tell you how all that turned out and show it to you, but seeing and for yourself is a believing. So y'all be sure to go check out Tom's video, which I will leave a link in the description of the day he discovered and found this historical Hollingsworth mill. Him and his metal detecting group that hang together quite a good bit. Also, definitely make sure, this is the important one, even if you skip Tom's video, to go check out Mike's documentary, where we get the credit for the discovery of the Hollingsworth mill. It is very important to Tom that you see that one above all else. So I will link it first, and then I will link Tom second. But yes, go check out Mike's documentary on the Hollingsworth mill. You will not regret it. What's that saying Tom always says? Well, I guess that's it for today, folks. Until tomorrow, y'all have a good one. Until then, this is Melvin Marvin signing out. Later.